Hello, welcome back to Flat Chat. We're doing another podcast. I'm here with Aaron and Heggie. No Jacob. He has patched us because he is still on holiday in France. The lucky boy. Lucky boy. Before we get into this, of course, we do want to thank the 1,000 subscribers that have let us reach that milestone. We are very grateful, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Massive step for us, we think.
Definitely.
Very big.
Hopefully
it means we can start making bigger and better videos.
Yeah, that is the hope. Yeah, for sure.
That's the goal.
For sure. But anyway, thank you, of course. On to what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be giving our opinions on transfers we believe that the top 6, we're now going to call it the top 7 because we're going to include Newcastle on that, of course, because they have made Champions League this year,
course, yep.
Much earlier than we thought. So I've asked the boys to give me 2 transfer targets we believe that each of these clubs should make. 1 defensive and 1 attacking. Defensive would be a goalkeeper or any of the back line.
The back 4.
As well as also a central defensive midfielder. So a position, one of those positions. Or an attacking player, so a centre mid going forward. So wingers, attackers, strikers, blah blah blah. That sort of thing.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. So obviously the clubs are, as I said, the big 6. Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs and Newcastle have managed to sneak their way in there. Jacob obviously isn't here. He didn't get his say. He'd be raging about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
He's not a big Newcastle fan.
He still thinks that he thinks that Everton are a bigger football club than Newcastle. He may have a case, but I'm sure that'll change very soon.
He doesn't have a case.
Do you think so? I think he's.
Nah.
I'd still give it to Everton personally.
Nah, come on.
But anyway,
that's not the debate today.
That's not the debate.
Exactly. Let's count.
We want to hear what is the best transfers that these clubs should make for them to really challenge next year and push on in a good way. There's several reasons why. Obviously, you're going to pick these players. Could be because you think they've got a gap there, or you just think you've saw a link, you like it, that sort of thing.
Aye.
Does anyone want to start or pick who they want to talk about first?
I'll pick a club.
You want to pick a club first?
I'm going to kick us off with Spurs.
Okay, so the worst of the 7. I like it.
Yeah.
Good manager though.
I think this will be a very, very good starting point because my defensive player for Spurs is a player from a team that someone here supports. I'm saying Carter Vickers.
You want him back? You want him back at Spurs?
I think he would be a good fit at Spurs.
I agree. Obviously, I think fantastic centre back, probably the best in Scotland on his day, at least top 2. Would fit well with Spurs. Obviously, playing under Ange. Obviously, a different type of football that Spurs will be playing next season. A lot more attacking based rather than the whole tippy-tappy.
Definitely won't be free at the back either.
No, it won't be free at the back. Definitely not. Ange loves a 4, so he'll be staying with a 4 on that one. 2 traditional centre backs.
Yeah, fair enough. I rate it.
I rate it.
The best thing about Carter Vickers is he's just not going to cost that much money. He's going to be 15, 20 mil at the very, very most.
I mean, Celtic could put in a Tottenham tax, but
that's true. But I think Celtic are pretty good at selling. When
they're a good seller.
When they're given a price, I'm not trying to dig Rangers out. But I think they're better at getting rid of their players when they have the opportunity.
Obviously, Rangers have just let Morelos and Kent's contract.
That's why I've said this because
they're a better Moneyball club. Celtic.
They are. I think they're run better at board level at the moment.
It'll be very interesting to see where a lot of the current Celtic squad currently stand. Of course, as of the time of recording, we've received the here we go from Fab that Brendan Rodgers is coming back.
So, exactly, yeah. Do we think Carter Vickers actually does well in the Premier League?
I think he does. I think he absolutely does.
In the right system, he does well, and if he's given time to adapt to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, the best possible option for that is Spurs, 100%.
Especially
following Ange. Yeah, following Ange down there as well.
Exactly.
He knows what he's going to get with them. So.
Exactly, definitely. No, I like that. Not from my club perspective, but as a terms of a shout, it's a good shout.
Well, if you could get some decent money for him, 15, 20 million, I think you're...
Yeah, 15, 20 million I'd be happy with. I'd let them go for that.
100%. Fair enough. I think we're all fairly happy with that pick. Hey, good start.
Solid pick.
So, Aaron, do you want to give us your defensive pick for Spurs?
My defensive pick is going to be Tyrone Mings.
I do like that as well.
He's had a great season for Villa under Emery. I think Ange would definitely get the best out of Tyrone Mings. Even obviously Emery's great, but I think in a proper attacking minded system where he can trust his centre backs, Carter Vickers and Mings. That's a pretty decent cut of centre back.
I don't know about that.
I'm just going for Celtic to Spurs. He had a hat-trick man in Starfelt. Mings might be the...
Mings would be that, wouldn't he? Mings would be that for him.
To be fair to Big Starfelt, I think Mings would be a better. Obviously, Mings.
You think Mings is better than Starfield?
I do think
that's
Mings
bold of you to say.
I really think that would be a good fit for Spurs. To be fair, Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, I actually quite like it as well.
How much money do you think he would cost?
I think he'd be about
30 million.
25, 30 million.
The thing is, he's obviously had a great season, but there was a point where we were like, well, this guy's just a donkey, isn't he? He's in the same category as Maguire. About a year ago, you'd have been saying that.
And yet apparently they've been linked with Maguire when Mings would be so much a better option than Maguire.
Especially when Maguire's 50 million.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
If United get anywhere near that, then they're fucking laughing.
No chance at all. But no, Mings, so that's two centre halves you've gone for.
Yeah, I
think both are actually good picks. I don't actually see either of them happening though. I think it's just, I think we'd probably agree with that, wouldn't we?
It'd be very unlikely to happen.
A lot of mine wouldn't happen. It's just what I would do if I was the bold.
See, that's good.
Yeah. So that's where you've gone with it.
You can go anywhere with this. I'm going to go slightly different from you guys. I will go for a goalkeeper because obviously we know I think Lurie is potentially. Is he leaving? Is he left or is
not 100% sure? But he is done. To be fair,
he's done. He's been done for a while now. I'm going to actually get a goalkeeper in that I really hope they don't get. Jacob probably hopes as well. Jordan Pickford.
That would be solid for them.
England number one. Even though they've had a past with England number ones, Paul Robinson, of course, being one of them.
Yeah.
I think I'd be worried if they get him. He's a top keeper and he could really do better than Everton.
I think as well, I don't know if you've thought about this, but he would actually be really good for Ange because of Ange's quick. Do you know how he loves to play quick?
Yeah,
distribution from the back.
He's a good kick.
He can launch it, can't he?
Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't even really need to launch it in an Ange system. Ange loves playing out from the back, so even then, as long as he's decent with his feet, which he is.
He is very decent. He just doesn't get to showcase it in that Everton setup.
Exactly, because all they're doing is pretty much just launching it hoofball to either Calvert-Lewin when he's not injured, and then or whoever they've got in midfield, Dakuri, whoever.
I think it's 3 decent picks then. We're all happy with the start.
I'm happy with the start.
Start the attack. Cool. Why go for attacker first?
Yeah, go the attacker. Everyone in the comments as well, vote what one of the few you would put.
Please.
Or, alternatively, tell us who you would pick.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, my one for the attack is going to be James Maddison. This one could have already happened by the time the video goes out.
There is a here we go apparently in the works on
that. Aaron is a ITK in the know here. He of course tweeted out about it.
I follow Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. That is the extent to my in the know sort of knowledge.
I think we'll probably all agree that Maddison's a fair shout, isn't it?
Very fair shout.
Well, I especially think it because he was mine as well.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down, Maddison.
Yeah. I've gone slightly different. Now, when I'd seen that Maddison, he was on my list, but obviously I've kind of changed tack a little bit, saying, right, they're probably going to get Maddison. I've gone slightly different. I've gone Lisandro Martinez from Inter Milan.
Lautaro.
I was going to say.
Not Lisandro. I was going to say, he'd probably do a job as well. No, Lautaro.
Okay, explain why that's going to happen, or why you think that could happen.
I think the time is right for him to get a move to the Premier League. I really do. Obviously, I think Inter will probably be gutted, realistically, in terms of transfers. Maybe not Lukaku, but but I think at Spurs, he's not the most big or physical striker. But again, at Celtic, he's got the best out of a not particularly physical striker in Kyogo. I think with Martinez in there, with Son there, and Kulusevski, who's been obviously just signed a permanent deal, I think that would be a good front three for this.
Is this all in the assumption that Kane leaves?
This is all in my assumption that Kane leaves, yes. I've gone with that. I think that move could happen.
See, for me, I thought I went Maddison because they don't really have an attacking midfielder like him.
That's fair, yeah.
And I actually don't think Kane does leave. But I think he should, but I don't think he does.
I think if Spurs are serious about getting money for him, then this is the time.
Well, we have seen that they were linked to Real Madrid, and I think that would be the best. Spurs would like to sell to them probably most.
Oh, I definitely.
But I actually think that they'll end up getting who you've suggested Spurs will get. I think they'll get Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's what if I were to predict right now, that's what I think would happen.
I actually had Lautaro Martinez wrote down for 2 different teams, and I changed them twice.
Okay, we'll have to keep that for later.
I actually do really rate him.
Yeah, no, he's a good player.
It's good to know that he's at least in the conversation as well. Yeah, 100%.
So yeah,
we're on the same wavelength here, Alan.
We are. That's what we do. See.
There we go. Brilliant. So that is our Spurs picks done.
Yeah.
Good to get them out of the way first. Now we can enjoy ourselves. Right. Okay.
Do I pick the next team?
I'll pick the next team. We'll move across to their North London rivals then.
Go to Arsenal then.
Go to my team. Get them done. Arsenal. Yeah. Will we start with our defender again?
Yes, I think we should.
Do you want to go first?
Now, I'm going for this one Not out of anything maybe kind of realistic, but a player that I think would properly improve that Arsenal defence. Theo Hernandez.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
I was going to say, they've got a great centre-back partnership with Saliba and Gabriel. They've got Ben White, who's done very, very well at right-back. Tierney potentially could be off. That's where I've kind of went with that one. So I think, why not go in and get probably one of the best replacements in the world. Go to Milan, get Theo Hernandez. I think that'd be a statement.
I think that's the least realistic shout we've had so far.
Good.
But it's a good sign.
Oh, you're exciting me here, Aaron. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking there's the elbow back four where Ben White will play right back and almost kind of slot in to make it a back three, and then Theo Hernandez can drift into midfield but also just bomb forward.
It would turn into the Man City 3-1-4-2.
Oh, it would. How nuts would it be with having Theo Hernandez and Martinelli in the one wing? Oh my, it's
that'd be insane.
That's like, there's no chance. No club in the world has any chance to stopping us. I'm telling you right now. Put Kyle Walker, he's getting no chance. No chance.
Again.
Taylor and Aaron. Honestly, I love that. I'm taken back by that. But I don't think that happens, unfortunately.
I don't think it happens, but you know what? If we're going all realistic, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Right.
Will I go next?
If you want.
I'm going to go for one that I just really want to happen. And I think it counts as a central defensive midfielder. But I think he could play further forwards as like an 8. Declan Rice.
That's the big one, isn't it?
It's the one for me. It's just for me personally. I'm worried it's not going to happen at this point. City could be entering the race. We don't know.
I think the fact that he wants to stay in London, I think pushes.
I think he wants Arsenal, but at the same time, it's not all about that. And I just think I'd really.
If anything holds up this move, it's West Ham.
Yeah.
I think 100%.
They want more money, and it's fair enough.
They want 100 million, which is probably.
What's
fair.
your thoughts, Eggy?
I like Rice. I think he's a very good player, but I think he's a bit overpriced.
Of course he is, but it's what that club.
It's what Arsenal need, basically.
Yeah, and that's what they price him at.
But
I think
I think you can go out and get better options for better money. But
you got any suggestions for us then on that?
I do, but I'll save them for later because I've got them for other teams.
Okay.
But no, he is just a brilliant captain, obviously.
For sure.
I think it would be a big improvement in the midfield for Arsenal.
Yeah.
So we're not accountants. It doesn't really matter how much money a player is.
Aye.
So obviously it would improve the team. But I think he only probably comes if Partey goes.
Which it looks as if he might be doing. So.
You don't think it comes if Partey goes?
I don't think it comes if Partey stays. I don't think...
if Arsenal will buy the rights before Partey goes.
I know, but like...
Partey will be told where to go.
And I think
when.
Partey and Rice also could play an 8, you don't know.
I know he could.
He could play with Partey.
But are they not getting Havertz to play that position?
No, actually I think he's going to end up playing striker as the other option for Jesus. So that's 2 strikers that can't finish.
That's ropey.
It is ropes. But we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
I'm not optimistic with that one. But anyway, Heggy, tell us who your defensive option is for Arsenal.
I've also gone for a left back, stroke right back. I'm going Cancelo.
That's a good shout.
I like that.
He can play both sides. And I think Arsenal need a right back that can play right back and move in. It was between him and Caicedo was the player that was going to write down.
For sure.
They are the two best, I think, currently, other than John Stones when he plays in that position for Man City. Mm-hmm. But that's just not realistic whatsoever.
No. There's no way that's happening.
Yeah, Caicedo and Cancelo could realistically go to Arsenal. But I think Cancelo is just a more complete player right now, especially in the right back aspect.
For sure, yeah. I think another.
He's more suited there.
Yeah.
He's more suited there.
That means White can play centre back.
Exactly. So you can
you've hit the nail on the head there, Peggy, with what you've just said. A big thing is with Arteta, he wants to have a lot of players that come in and they can play several positions. So if we're getting Cancelo in, we're really actually getting a centre back as well.
And a
Ben
right
White's
back. And a left back.
Because Ben White's able to then be allowed more freedom to be able to come into the centre back role and not needed out in the right as much.
I mean, you get 3 top class right backs you can rely on.
Tomiyasu, Ben White. Tomiyasu can play anywhere across the back four as well. You know?
Exactly. The versatility in that Arsenal defence is going to be wild next season.
Well, if they get Cancelo,
if they get Cancelo,
that's semi-realistic.
I could see it happening.
I hope it happens. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. How much would he cost?
He wouldn't cost that much.
But Man City will not want to sell to Arsenal again.
I think you would get him for 40.
No.
No, I'm with Heggy in that one. I think 40 max 50.
I think I'm hearing 60 and up is what
60s.
That's why Arsenal you haven't heard much since.
I don't know if many teams will pay that for Cancelo. So I think they'd be willing to punt him for a bit less.
But I think they'd be willing to. I honestly think they would sell to other clubs for cheaper than Arsenal.
Probably.
Just with what happened, there was inquiries into why they were allowed to let two of their not top players, but two players
go to rivals.
Go to their team.
Meeting rival.
They were 7th or 8th or whatever they were, 6th.
5th.
About 5th.
Whereas now they're second, they will not be.
And they just didn't think that Arsenal would challenge as quickly, but they underestimated the mighty Gunners, of course.
Yeah.
It's just they'll never make that mistake again, will they?
Yeah, still got the job done, but as City do, as they so often do.
Thanks, Aaron.
Back to reality.
Attackers. Want to kick us off?
Yeah, you go for your first one.
I'm going for a better German than Havertz. I'm going Julian Brandt.
Ooh. He's been linked before.
He has been linked before, that's why I put him. He has had that unbelievable season. And I think he's better than Havertz. He can play false 9, he can play 8, he can play 10. It would work really well in that Arsenal team.
I rate it.
I like it. Yeah, I do like
really
it.
Not much more to say.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I think he's fair. He's fair with that. I know. The only one thing you've got to say is he's not prem proven, but there'll be a lot of players in this list that you can say that about. They're just brilliant players, so that doesn't really matter too much. He's also off the back of a pretty good season, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, I would take him. I don't know how much he would be worth, but
he's quite young.
Yeah, he's fairly 24-5 maybe.
I think what would help us on that situation is we're expecting Dortmund to probably be same as Inter Milan, gutted after their after missing out in the Bundesliga on the final day. That as well, a lot of that squad will go.
Dortmund also are a selling club and they don't sell for a lot of money.
Apart from Jude Bellingham, yeah.
That's not a lot. It's not as much as you expected with Jude Bellingham.
Haaland wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
Although was that more release clause for Haaland rather than actual?
They have these stupid release clauses that Dortmund.
So they get players in the first place. They put them on contracts that allow the player a lot of freedom to
just leave if somebody comes in with a half decent offer.
I've got a lot of respect for that. I'll take Brandt. It's a good shout. Yeah, I completely forgot about him, to be honest. So my pick, I actually had 3 names wrote down. You can tell I'm an Arsenal fan.
He's analysed this.
Didn't quite make my mind up. I was thinking, what do we need most in attack? And I thought, I don't know if Nelson's signing, so it's very much dependent on whether Nelson signs. If Nelson signs on, I would go for Vlahovic.
Okay, yeah.
Which I think is most likely, just because we've been linked with him before.
Yeah.
And it's a different profile of striker to Jesus and to Havertz, who we are linked to. Much taller, and he's. I want to say he's more prolific, but he has really struggled this year, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Compared to what we expected him to do.
We saw that in the semi-final. It was mince.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if Reece Nelson doesn't sign on, I would get another winger back up, and it would be either Zaha or Diaby, depending on how much money we're going to spend.
Yeah.
I'd rather Diaby, but if we're going cheap, get Zaha in. He's an Arsenal boy, so
he's a solid player as well.
Yeah. So I've kind of gone for 3 picks there. Sorry guys for being.
So what one you picking?
I'll take Diaby.
I
think Diaby would be excellent, especially if we get Havertz, get the Leverkusen boys back together.
The only issue I would have with that one is he's quite similar to Saka.
That's what I think we need though.
Do you not want something a bit different in the wing?
Really,
Someone that can go outside rather than inside.
I think Diaby can do that.
He can.
Diaby does do that.
I know, but he's definitely left foot prolific.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's true, but I think he'd just be so nippy. He'd be like, right, you had Saka for 75 minutes, and then comes Diaby, who's just is probably just as nippy and quick as Saka.
It'd give defenders a lot to think.
It would.
It would be nightmares.
But so would Zaha as well.
Yeah,
so, but my Diaby's pick.
We know how good Zaha is, so I'm not surprised. But again, good pick with Diaby.
Aaron, Arsenal.
Now,
attacker.
There was a few names there that I really liked listening to. Obviously, Diaby, Kolomuani as well. He was potentially up there on my list.
Yeah.
But for Arsenal, I've kind of gone a little bit like fantasy, a little bit.
I like this fantasy guy. He's
had a little bit of fun. So obviously, what I think Arsenal need as well is a proper out-and-out striker. And if they get some money back together...
Come on, give us Haaland. Come on.
I'm not giving you Haaland, but I'm giving you OSIMHEN.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I'd definitely take OSIMHEN.
Here's a question for you. Would you rather sign Rice or OSIMHEN?
What do you need most? That's the question.
You can only get one this window. Who you taking?
Right, I sound so stupid saying Rice, don't I?
That would be really stupid, I think.
I'm stupid though. I'm going to say Rice.
To be fair,
that's so
in
dumb.
fairness to you, I think that's more of a pressing need for Arsenal, a midfielder rather than an attacker. Because let's be honest, Jesus is still good in that as well. They've got Martinelli and they've got Saka. That's up there. I've just kind of gone for what I think in attack Arsenal would benefit the most from getting, and that's a proper out and out.
That's a good shout, isn't it?
When he was building it up, I thought he was going to say Mbappe.
I was going to say Mbappe does not feature.
Imagine Arsenal getting OSIMHEN and Theo Hernandez in the one window.
That'd be good.
It'd be solid.
Raiding Serie A. Love that. Jacob doesn't love it though, does he?
No. Yeah.
Aaron, give us a new team.
I'm going to go for Man United on this one.
Okay.
And at defence, the biggest pressing need for me is goalkeeper, 100%. So for my pick for Man United defence, I'm going for Mike Maignan. I think he is so much of an upgrade on De Gea. Has had a brilliant season for Milan. Like, I don't know what else really to tell you in that as well.
There's not much more you can say about keepers, is there?
No.
Exactly.
I've also got a keeper.
Tell us.
He's already been said. I'm saying Pickford.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's an upgrade in De Gea.
Yep.
Again,
Definitely.
I think though Maignan a better shout. I think he's cheaper than Pickford, and I think he's better.
Okay.
I would probably agree with that as well. I also had Pickford wrote down, but I won't say him because it's a bit.
You've already said him.
I've already said him, and it's a bit unfair. And also, you just said Pickford too. So I'll go for a centre back because I'll move away from the goalkeepers because we all know they definitely get a goalkeeper, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting Kim Min-jae, so I'm not going for him.
Bayern, aren't they?
Looks like it.
And I don't know what's happening with this player, Gvardiol, so I'm going to say him.
Okay.
I'm hearing they might be going to City.
Fair enough.
Yeah, what else can you say?
Fair enough.
I did also have a centre back down as a sort of thing as well. Like, obviously, I agree with you. I don't think they're getting King Min-jae, so I'm thinking they actually get one of their targets that they're going for, Todibo.
Are they?
Yeah, they're looking at Todibo.
Yeah. I also had a centre back in mind. This is realistic. Lewis Dunk.
I could 100% see them doing that.
Could you?
Yeah.
Go for the new Maguire.
That is a Man United move.
So Man United.
That is a bit Man United.
Actually, although it depends how ambitious the new owners want to be.
Yeah, fair. I think you've actually put in a few decent shouts, and I'm also just remembering Gvardiol's left-footed, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he'd be playing where Martinez plays.
And he can play left back.
Fair, they get Shaw there.
Yeah.
It's just giving them more options, I guess, in defence than that. When Martinez went out for as long as he did, they had Gvardiol in there. I'm sure Martinez could obviously play on the right as well. Honestly, I think he could.
You can probably put Martinez anywhere at this point.
He seems so good.
Yeah. CDM.
Yeah.
Exactly. He would be a nightmare as CDM. He's just a terrier.
Oh, don't.
Be careful how you say that word.
I was going to say Casemiro would be sort of like the Rolls Royce. Martinez would be the terrier. He would just nip at people.
I think he played against Chelsea for Ajax in centre midfield. And did a really good job. So,
exactly, yeah.
No, I think we're all happy with those shouts. Attacker. Do you want me to start with the attacker for United?
Yeah, there you go.
Now, my one is also an attacker. We've said OSIMHEN. I thought maybe him, but no, I'm going for Kane.
That's annoying.
I don't want him to go.
Is that yours as well?
That is mine as well. I think Man United's desperate need at attack is number 9. 100%. And right now, outside of Haaland and Mbappe, which is maybe a little bit too far, especially in the case of young Haaland. He's over on the other side of Manchester. I think Kane's probably your next best bet, and I think they have to try and at least go for that. Test Spurs out, because if you tempt them out of maybe like a wee 90, 100 million, I reckon they would bite.
Just a wee 90, 100 million.
I mean, the Qataris now own Man United. They pretty much do. They've got their company registered in the UK and everything, so they're basically there. So that's pocket change to them. They could throw that out and get Spurs to bite it.
No, not
was it if Qatar came, Mbappe would come? Was the shout the other day?
Apparently, the Qatari owners aren't very happy with Mr. Mbappe after.
Oh, that's good.
He's fine.
Good to hear that. Good.
So I don't think he would go to Man United based off that if he was going to another Qatari-backed club.
Yeah, well. Fair enough. So we're thinking attacker there for United, a proper forward to put the goals in.
That's what they need. What they need. Like, they've got Rashford, who's brilliant. They've got the likes of Anthony on the other side, who has had a decent season. To be fair, I think he can kick on next season. If they put Kane in there and that as well, that's a very solid front.
Kane genuinely makes them serious contenders.
Yeah, they're title contenders.
The spine would be unbelievable.
That's horrific. The worst. I think that genuinely might be the worst thing that could happen. they'd hate that to
a
happen.
Ten Hag cooking Man United, potentially bringing them back up to the top of the table. That is frightening for everyone involved.
Well, we'll move on. Who's got the next player?
I've got another player.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
move
right,
on to the next person.
I've also got a striker. I didn't want to say Kane though. I wanted to be a wee bit outside the box.
Okay.
So I went for Ferguson from Brighton.
Okay.
Again, we have said this before, obviously off camera, but we've said that Evan Ferguson is a Man United signing. He is 100% a Man United.
I completely agree with that.
Crazy though, it would probably cost similar money to Kane.
No.
Not, it would be around the same ballpark though.
I think they get 60, 70 million.
That's still a lot of money
for an
a young
18-year-old. For an 18-year-old is wild.
For a young striker, I think Kane would be a better purchase probably currently, but definitely if you're looking for the next 10 years, you're buying Ferguson.
Could you not see Kane going to United and then Ferguson going to Spurs?
Yeah.
But do you think they'd spend that sort of money on a replacement?
I'll tell you something. If Ferguson goes to Spurs under Ange, that's quite scary.
Well, that's because you rate Ange very much.
I rate Ange very much and I rate Ferguson very much. I think if there's going to be a manager that gets the best out of him away from Brighton, it's either Ten Hag or it's Ange. One of those.
Do you know what to do, Ange? Don't spend 60 million in Ferguson. Just go get Kyogo for 10. Take him away.
Kyogo doesn't want to leave, mate. Don't know what to do. No, I'm being serious. He doesn't want to leave.
Kyogo, what are you talking about? Kyogo goes for a bag of sweets.
Just what I've seen in saying Japan. Don't shoot messenger.
Yeah. But also, Ange said this was his home and he left.
Yeah, they tell you what they want you to hear, Aaron, and then they run away.
Listen, I am very well aware of footballers and managers telling us what they want to hear and then running away. We've just rehired someone that did that 3 years ago, so you don't need to tell me twice. But I think, Ferguson for Man United or Spurs is a fantastic shout.
Right,
Peggy, next team.
I'm going to put forward Chelsea.
Okay.
And defender for Chelsea, this one was one of the first ones I wrote down. I thought this was quite an easy one, especially the way they play. I want them to get Tierney.
Tierney?
They play free at the back. He is unbelievable in that left
very
position.
We're aware for Scotland, of course.
Yeah.
He does do jobs. Yeah.
He's not getting game time at Arsenal.
Yep.
Just go somewhere where you're going to get game time.
I think Chelsea's the one.
Yeah, they're selling Cucurella as well.
They're selling him.
Yeah, for half the money they bought him for.
Brighton in the bank right now, like
it just shouldn't be allowed. Honestly, that club needs to just take a couple of seasons out. Don't play football and just come back. And
just get FFP.
Yeah, honestly, I've had enough of them.
Do you know who's meant to be buying them?
Who? But don't say Arsenal.
Newcastle.
Oh, that's alright. That's fine then.
Yeah.
He'll be set up to get absolutely fizzing.
I set you up for a fall there.
You did. You really did.
Yeah.
Tierney, I don't want that to happen. Obviously not. I don't think that will happen. But I hear what you're saying though. I think that does make sense. He would be great in that left centre back position. He can also play as the left wing back as well. If Chilwell's out injured, which he always is. Great shout. I thought though that they do have a few positions in defence they need fixing. It's their goalkeeper. They've got two goalkeepers that spent a decent amount of money on. I just don't think they're up to it. I think Kepa will stay as a backup.
Aye.
But I think they can bring in a new man. We've said a few names so far. Mainana maybe, Pickford. But for me, Andre Onana.
That'd be a very good signing for Chelsea.
Great with his feet.
Absolutely.
Top keeper. I know Arsenal were linked him a few years ago. Obviously, we know what happened there. Don't need to repeat what it's...
Only lost the Champions League final thanks to a Rodri wonder strike in that as well. Other than that, was probably Inter's man of the match.
Yeah, he's a top keeper, and he would definitely improve them. I really do think he'd be great for them.
Yeah, he really would be.
Yeah.
I like that. I really do like that. Very good shout. Again, I had a couple in mind for this.
Yep.
I had Cancelo for Chelsea, perhaps, if they're gone full back.
Mm-hmm.
I also had Nuno Mendes in there.
Nuno Mendes?
Yeah. But I've also, another shout I had, Tomori, and it's centre back.
Getting back.
But I've not gone for them. I've gone for someone from Juventus that I think would do really, really well at Chelsea. I've gone for Bremer.
Good season.
Okay.
That's
a rogue one, isn't it?
It's a rogue one.
He's loving the Serie A shouts, isn't he?
It's because Jacob's not here.
I know.
I love Serie A, what can I say? But no, I think Bremer, as you said, brilliant season for Juve. See, to be honest, I think you could... Tomori or Bremer's a toss-up really in that as well. You could get them and I think Chelsea would improve.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like,
I watched Tomori a very limited amount of times this season and I was not impressed.
Fair enough, one man's opinion.
But I've heard good things about
him.
I don't watch Serie A. I just watch the Champions League.
Yeah.
Especially that first Chelsea game, it was ropes.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
But I think Bremer coming in there, maybe next to Thiago Silva, potentially passing the torch on.
He's got
one Brazilian to another.
It's like
he's the best defender.
He just is. Exactly. He's so old though.
He's 38 and still pulling out their best defender stats.
It's crazy, but they need to move on. Surely they're going to move on from.
Even then, he could be the Thiago Silva replacement.
Yeah,
perhaps.
I think so.
Or he could fit both roles.
Yeah, I think it could be perfect actually having him come in and play alongside Silva, learn with Silva, and then talk through the game, hold his hand through the game, because obviously it's new to the league. I'm sure I don't know if his English will be too great.
Yeah,
perfect. I think it's actually a really good shout. So we'll move on to our attacker for Chelsea. Aaron, do you want to go first for this one?
Of course, under Poch, he got the best out of an English striker in Harry Kane. I reckon he goes to Chelsea, and if they buy him, he gets an even further level out of this man, Ollie Watkins.
Oh, that's an outrageously good shout.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
No.
Not at all, because they will not do that.
I don't think they'll do that, but I think they should, because he's a top
I actually do like it.
Yeah. I think it just fits. Poch gets the best out of these kind of strikers, the sort of target man, the number 9, the proper strikers.
Yeah.
And Ollie Watkins, I think, is only one big move away from, at the very least, pressing Harry Kane wherever he moves to for that slot in the England team.
I actually had quite a similar level of player that I had in mind, but I didn't go for. I was going to suggest Mitrovic.
Again, I don't hate that.
I like it.
I prefer that shout. I prefer Watkins. I didn't even think of him.
I don't think of him either. But I also did think of someone I also think is pretty similar. But there is also a reason why I can't have him, Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a small matter of his...
not being able to play for quite a while.
His gambling history.
Let's be real, they get so many players in their squad, they could probably manage for the first few months. I think Toney would be the best signing for them in that position. But I actually didn't have him wrote down. I have OSIMHEN wrote down for Chelsea, because I think that they'll spend the money on him.
Yeah.
And he would be there at Drogba, wouldn't he?
He probably would be
so good for them, wouldn't he?
100%.
I just think...
I honestly, but as a player though, I would much rather he went to Arsenal. I think that's a much more exciting move.
Oh yeah, thanks. That's great. Yeah,
Chelsea.
Honestly, this guy's an Arsenal fan. He's an undercover Arsenal fan, isn't he?
If you want to give Callum a kiss, just say.
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Exactly.
Well, I say mine.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if this is allowed. It probably is because it's centre mid.
Centre attacking mid.
He's not a centre attacking mid though. He's pretty box to box, so I think it should be allowed. I had wrote down Ward-Prowse.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
This is the cheapest you'll ever get him.
Yeah, that's fair.
They've just went down. They're losing Kovacic.
Again, similar to Watkins, I think he's one big move away from really kind of breaking out in that as well.
Yeah. Losing Kovacic.
Bringing Caicedo, possibly?
Possibly. Lost Kante. I think Ward-Prowse potentially is better value for money than Caicedo.
Yeah.
Caicedo, Fernandes and Ward-Prowse in that midfield.
How much would they ask for? Because apparently Lavia they're wanting about 40 million for.
I reckon it's around that as well for Ward-Prowse.
So? In which case, who's the better option?
I think Ward-Prowse for 40 is better than Caicedo for 80. If that's the number.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think 80 for Caicedo's the number. I think Brighton push higher than that. Cause
I think they might now as well because of what's that. Yeah.
Because Arsenal and all that have been rebuffed for 75, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Window.
Apparently that was embarrassing, but Chelsea 2 weeks ago offering 60 wasn't. So
middle of the season tax. That's what it is. Middle of the season.
Simply,
tax.
yeah. I can't. I don't like it, to be honest. I don't think they do it. I also don't think Southampton sell because I don't think he'll leave because I think he'll want to try and get them back up just because he's captain. But I could be completely wrong with that.
Yeah.
To
be fair, I would have said Maddison would have maybe wanted to bring Leicester back up, but then obviously now he's getting talked about.
I don't think he's like that.
I think James Ward-Prowse is criminally underrated. People still to this day just call him a set piece merchant. He had better stats than Rice for three seasons in the Prem.
I remember that. And also another thing is, you've just said it, he's a free kick merchant isn't the worst thing in the world to have. They had serious danger from set pieces, aren't they?
And another thing, he is better than statistically the greatest free kick taker of all time, Chris MD, apparently. So, good enough. Good player. Good shot.
Right, Aaron, pick another one. Another club.
I am going to go for... You know what? I'm going to go for Newcastle.
Okay.
And in defence, I think this is pretty obvious. It's Kieran Tierney for me. Right back, they've got Trippier. They've got a solid centre-back partnership there with Sharon Botman. Get Tierney there. You can, again, if one of them goes injured, they can play that left centre-back role, potentially. I think... And also, I think he's just homesick, Kieran Tierney, to be fair. I think this would suit him. It would suit him down to the ground. If Arsenal can get a good fee for him, it would suit them down to the ground, and it would really, really suit Newcastle ahead of the Champions League.
Yeah, so I like it.
I
think it's best fit.
I hate that I like it, but I do. I think it is the best fit for him. I just do. I think he would fall in love with the club. I hate to say it, but
closer to home as well.
Exactly, yeah, closer to home. That's the big thing, because a lot of the time you've heard all the stories that he's homesick and everything else like that. Like he doesn't like being away.
He could stay in Glasgow.
Exactly, he's only literally 2 hours down the road.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
That's a very good pick.
Yeah.
I think we probably both of us thought it, didn't we?
Yeah, but I didn't want to put him for another club.
Yeah,
I think he just suited the Chelsea system better. So
yeah.
No, I wouldn't mind. If he wanted to stay in London, then Chelsea's a good shout, 100%. But I don't think he wants to stay in London, so that's why I never put him in for Chelsea.
For me, I didn't want to say Tierney, as I said already. So I've gone for a player that I think could potentially replace Shaw. FLATCHAT. I think
I like that.
The Southampton raiding continues.
Exactly. Yeah. We've had the Serie A raids and we've now got the Southampton raids as well.
I think he's another £40 million player.
No,
I
think they can get for 30 max.
And to be fair, that would be another mark of sensible transfers from the Saudis in terms of
Newcastle.
They have not the most big move that they've kind of gone for or been linked with is Barella, and that's at 50 million.
That's an outrageous shout. Yeah. Barella would be brilliant for them.
We'll get back to him later.
We may get back to him later. We'll move on though into a more attacking area for Newcastle.
Oh, I've got my defender.
Oh, I forgot about you. Sorry.
You just forgot he was even here.
I'm going for a left back as well. Better than Tierney though, in my opinion.
Okay.
Estupinian.
That would be dangerous for Newcastle.
It would be good.
I think he is not the complete opposite, but he's a good alternative to Burn. If they want to play slightly different, they can interchange between the two of them. Same with the Arsenal shout for my defender. Burn can also play centre back.
Yep.
That's more cover there.
Of course,
I think Newcastle was the hardest one to pick, especially because they've all been really good.
Yeah, for Newcastle, it's a case of who do you go for in that as well?
Yeah.
Because obviously we know the least about them, and obviously in terms of it being a big club and that as well. So you're sitting there thinking, right, what would get them to the next level?
Yep.
Whereas with teams like Chelsea and Arsenal, you're thinking, well, more what do they need to kind of maintain where they are?
Yeah. And I think Estupinian's a good one as well because Brighton are a dangerous force and that weakens them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they could be a problem for Newcastle next season. We don't 100% think that they're going to be guaranteed to be in top 4 again next year. You know?
Let's be honest, the Saudis have already beaten Wolves and that as well, so they're already doing a wee bit of a nicking players away for the Premier League to get Newcastle up.
And to further that point, with the weakening of Brighton, my Newcastle attacker Solly March.
No,
because they need a right winger.
I love that shout. It's not who I had down, but see now that I'm thinking that, I love that show. I really do.
I'm with you. I actually really like it as well. I feel really bad for Almiron and of course your mate Jacob Murphy.
Yeah.
He had to go.
But
he had the time to go.
There's no other position they really need.
In the attack, it's probably the best position. Other than for me getting another top midfielder in there. I wouldn't say this guy is a holder. I think he's more of where
box to box.
More like that. Where did Longstaff sort of play? I wouldn't say he
interchanged between the two.
And again, I'm gonna stick with the Southampton theme. FLATCHAT and Romeo Lavia.
Again, I like it.
I think he'd be excellent for them.
Linked to Arsenal.
Yeah, I know he is. I'd love him to Arsenal as well, but I have Lavia as my other pick. I did also mention Maddison in my notes, but I didn't want to take them for for Spurs and Newcastle.
Yeah.
So Lavia for me.
Right. I've gone for a right winger. I am annoyed that I didn't think of Marsh. Because you know who? Because I had Eze.
Oh, I think that might be better. How's that actually better?
I was going to say because I'm thinking St. Maximin, Isaac or Callum Wilson and Eze as their front three.
Drippy.
Good.
That's drippy.
That is drippy baller status.
That's so drippy.
Do you not think though Elise would have been a good
Elise was on my list as well. See, to be honest, I'd probably Saha on my list as well.
Fair Eze. Eze's a better footballer in my opinion.
But out of the three of them, in my opinion, Eze's the best player, and I think he fits the need best for Newcastle.
I like it.
Okay. And he can play in other positions as well, not just in the right. I think he's playing that midfield.
Yeah, imagine the midfield next season. Bruno G, Barella, Eze.
No, that would actually terrify. I'm sitting there looking at that going, fuck. Genuinely.
So am I.
Thank God Leeds aren't in the league.
Exactly. I will happily take a season of Sky Bet if it means not having to come up against that midfield.
They will be good, Newcastle, won't they? 100%. So is that all our attacking picks for Newcastle?
That is indeed.
Will I go next?
Yes. I think there's only the one club left.
There's only the two that's going to finish 1 and 2 next season left.
Arsenal be. We'll go for Liverpool next.
Okay.
I'll kick us off with this one. My defensive pick is actually going to be a midfielder. A holding midfielder.
Yeah.
Polina. Why on earth are they not going for him? And why are West Ham going for him?
That is very, very good. Very, very
What's
good.
happening there?
Who knows? Who knows? It feels very Fabinho replacement, doesn't it?
Hey, yeah, it's perfect.
They need a midfield, but they really, really do.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why. What are Liverpool doing? They've got McAllister, haven't they?
Yeah. But he's not a out-and-out DM.
Yeah, that's true.
He can play anywhere in the midfield.
Yeah, it's true.
But imagine a midfield. I'm going to echo the Newcastle one. Polina, McAllister, Thiago. That's drippy.
That is very good.
Drippy.
Polina wins the ball back, gives it to the two magicians in midfield. They're a danger.
I really hope they don't, because I think that's what they need to. They need to strengthen the midfield. I think they need 3 big signings. All 3 of them midfielders.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
They've already got one, in my opinion. With
McAllister's an excellent signing,
yeah.
Especially for the price. Right.
I've also got a midfielder.
Okay.
Why not recreate the Brighton partnership? I've went Caicedo.
They're not signing him, are they?
like that.
They aren't. It's total fantasy.
Yeah.
But I like Caicedo for Liverpool because he can play the right back as well. Trent can go into midfield.
They can.
The switch.
He'll do what Henderson used to do.
Yeah.
Oh, Heggie, you're thinking. He's thinking right
exactly.
here. I like it.
He's cooking.
He's cooking something.
It would be ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
No.
But could be fantasy. We saw how Trent played as a 10 the other day.
Exactly. Suddenly he's found his way into a cam position of that as well.
Why not have midfielders that can play right back as well?
For sure.
For sure.
I'm definitely happy with that. Good shout.
I like that. Caicedo was a good shout. Obviously, that was more along the lines of what I was thinking of. Liverpool was hard. I'd mulled on that for ages. I can't lie to you. I had Ruben Neves in mind.
Okay, well, he's in Saudi.
He's a sellout.
He's a sellout, of course. See, to be honest, I can't see past Caicedo. I may as well go for the fantasy thing as well.
Fair enough.
I think...
But I'll give you the other option I had then for similar thinking. I also thought Marcus Llorente.
Ooh.
Now that I really like.
He's a runner as well.
Another midfielder that can play right back.
Yeah.
That's what I
was going to say,
shout.
you could also, in my opinion, potentially put Frankie de Jong in there.
Total fantasy
There's
again.
no chance they spend the money on him.
Yeah.
No chance.
I like it again though.
I think they need to. And you know what? See, to be different, obviously you've gone Caicedo, you've gone into great detail about that. I will go de Jong. Pure fantasy, but I think again, McAllister, de Jong, Thiago, transformed midfield.
Okay. Well,
I'm assuming we've all got another midfielder, surely.
I'll take us away with this one. The attacking player for me is, I wouldn't say a central defensive midfielder, I'd say he's more box to box. He's linked to Newcastle for 50 million. Liverpool, get yourself involved. Barella.
Well, that is mine as well.
Unbelievable.
Barella has got to be the pick here for Liverpool.
Aye, surely, yeah.
What a player. I mean, come on.
I only put him because Liverpool Twitter was in meltdown when the Newcastle news
That is funny, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
What are they doing?
Who knows?
So, what are they cooking?
Nothing.
there is no ingredients here.
What recipe are they reading?
There is no recipe. The man's got them upside down looking at it.
No scales, just guesswork.
Exactly. No actual plan, just vibes.
Yeah.
Well, Liverpool. Do you not think they'll do well though next season?
I do.
So you think they'll make some decent signings here?
I think
this is all based on the assumption they get a new midfield.
Who are they getting then? Who are they actually getting?
Even if they get a right back and just try Trent in midfield.
And see what happens. He just
why not?
runs riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could do that, 100%. Let's be honest, Trent would probably end up somehow being better there than at right back as well. So like
another relegated player they could get, one of the Leicester boys, Liverpool, Castagna or Pereira. I think they would do a job there.
Yeah, I think
if Trent went into midfield.
Okay, this is not your attacking option then.
No, I'm just saying because
I think it's across.
Yeah. Pereira would be good for them.
Yeah.
I think it's across the board.
Not Castagna. He was like my Arsenal. I was panicking. Serious panic stations for
panic stations.
Yeah.
So we both went Barella.
Aaron?
See, to be honest, I can't see past Barella either, to be honest with you.
What did you have wrote down?
I was going to say, Liverpool was hard. I was sitting there mulling over Liverpool. I don't actually have anything written down for Liverpool.
I was just going to say what we
Just
said.
say what we said.
No, I was going to say...
You're a sellout. Admit it, you're a sellout. He's a sellout.
Alright guys, I'm off my way to Saudi, see you after. But nah, see, to be honest, I can't disagree with what you have said. Like, so just have to go with it really in that as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Man City up next.
Man City up next.
Tough.
I think I've got a good shout though.
I think I've got a good shout too. Do you want to say first in case you get the same as me?
Yeah, because you've done it twice to me, so I'll do it once to you. Kimmich.
Yeah, I'll get Kimmich too.
You've got, apparently linked, with the whole Cancelo deal. See, to be honest, my defender is Gavardio. I think that's just a good. I think that's just a very good fit for them.
That's the first time we've all went an actual, more than semi-realistic, because they've all been linked.
And because they're like dream picks, but Man City can dream.
Yeah.
They've got money. They've got like 300 mil from winning the treble.
Man City could go and sign anyone they want. Like, so it's for sure. For Man City, you've just got free reign. So, and see, to be honest, who are we to not trust Pep Guardiola's judgment on that one? So if he wants a player, then you know what, that's a good target for us.
For us, Kimmich and Pep, they've got a special. Well, they obviously know each other from their time in Bayern. He was just coming through, wasn't he, Kimmich at the time?
Him and Rodri would be unbelievable.
It would be unbelievable. I don't
Rodri, De Bruyne, Kimmich.
I don't even know if he'd actually play.
Start right back, move in.
Yeah, right back. I think he'd be right back.
Yeah.
He could do that job. Honestly, that would be a dream signing for them, surely.
Kimmich is one of the most versatile players in world football.
Yeah,
he can play
100%.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what Man City need.
Yeah. And as far as Gavardio goes, I'm assuming that would be a replacement for Laporte, simply.
Yeah, pretty much,
If he's going. I
100%.
don't know if he is, but he might be.
Can also play left back, as we said.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and they play a flat back four almost. It changes.
I think Pep really knows what he plays half the time. He just goes Football Manager and just goes, right, I'll have that formation today, and all of a sudden John Stones is one of the best CDMs about that as well.
Crazy.
So, crazy stuff.
We'll move on to our final pick of the video.
Our attacking picks.
Our attacking pick for Man City. Aaron, take us away.
Right. I have gone, obviously Mahrez looks as if he may or may not be leaving. So I've gone for a right winger on this one. I'm a bit more sceptical of this pick. I don't know if maybe he's more suited to the other side. I have gone for Zaha. I think he adds a little bit of flair, I think, in there. You could probably put Fernando Silva over the right hand side as well and put Zaha on the left if you want.
He does not get on with Pep, does he? Not a chance he gets on with Pep.
Doing the Grealish though, taking a clearly best player for one club and just shoehorning him in.
Now you see, that is classic Manchester City, and it has worked.
It's true.
I think there's less than 1% chance that actually happens.
I think there's more chance Taylor Hernandez goes to Arsenal than Zaha goes to Man City.
Yeah, I don't hate it though. It's not totally dreadful.
No, I just don't think it's realistic for the profile of player he is because of his way he is.
Yeah. I think he's a hard worker though, and Pep does love a hard worker.
Yeah, true, but I think it's more it's the attitude. He'll clash. You know, he's got that vibe about him. Pep struggled to pass with a few egos.
See, to be honest, if you get him in and he starts winning trophies, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think he'll be fine. He's coming. He knows he's coming into a squad that's winning things, so he'll be amped up. I think they'll get the best out of him.
Fair enough. Well, I go for my pick.
Yeah.
My pick is one that's been linked for quite a while, and I just think it's perfect. It's the perfect replacement for me for Gundogan. I would go for Kovacic. It's almost done, I'm hearing.
It's very sensible.
I heard it and thought, that just makes sense. I think you'd agree, wouldn't you?
I remember we saw it together and we said it, didn't we?
I
heard someone say it.
Yeah.
I seen it as well. I'm like, yeah, that's quite good.
Did you see the compilation the Chelsea fans made on Twitter? It was Gundogan moments, and then it was Kovacic shooting in similar positions, and he's just so much worse at shooting.
Yeah.
But
that's because they don't want to sell him.
Yeah.
No, but Gundogan is unbelievable at shooting. It's a bit harsh to compare it, but he is like the perfect mould player.
Yeah. He's so good, intricate passes. He's
Yeah.
good on the turn. I think he'd just be so good in that Man City team. They've become a team that hold the ball again. I know they do it obviously, but I mean they've got more dynamic this season. I think that
to be fair, that would torment teams because teams would never get a touch of the ball. At what point do they just go right? Well, we're fucking done here.
He's a top player, Kovacic. So that's my pick for the attacking area, I guess. For Man City.
Attacking midfield.
Heggie, final pick of the video. It's all yours.
I've went rogue.
Okay.
Very rogue actually. I don't think these would even have thought it. I've went for Xavi Simons.
I have not thought of that. I cannot lie to you.
Linked to Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. I think that's gone quiet.
Yeah.
Tell me why you think that, and where would he play?
Can he play right wing?
He can play anywhere.
Play centre mid.
He can also play striker.
Yeah.
Versatility.
Yeah. The
Pep
Man City
loves
way.
it. Pep loves it.
I think.
Barca school as well.
Yeah.
Barca Academy.
He's quite similar to Bernardo, the way he plays.
Okay.
Mahrez obviously might be leaving. He would do a job out in the right, and Gundogan role we could do that as well. I just think
exactly. You could interject them. You could pretty much just swap them round if you wanted to. Put Bernardo Silva in the centre of the park. Put Xavi Simons out right. And
he's obviously quite young as well. I don't think he would cost as much as people are saying.
I think it's about 20 million.
Yeah.
I think 30. I think.
Well, apparently he was looking at 12 at one point. But I think there was some clause in that.
Yeah.
PSG could spend 12. PSG can buy back for 12. But I don't know if that kicks in yet.
Yeah.
And so therefore other clubs will be like, oh, we give you 15 then.
I went on transfer market as well to see what how much fee he's been transferred for in the past. He's never actually been sold for more than nothing.
Yeah.
He's just been passed about.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah. Also on there it said 10% chance of transfer, and it was Arsenal.
Yeah.
10%. You've got a 10% chance.
10% chance. I mean, I would take him.
But that's again, Arsenal should be going for players like this that Man City are linked to. Can play in the right, good backup for Saka. Can
pretty much just.
Well, we are linked to him. Man City aren't linked to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much just copy.
Arteta's linked to him, not Pep.
Just copy Pep's homework. That's all you need. Really, at this point, you may as well.
Heggie's copying Arteta's. Copy his. Copy Heggie here.
I
think that's a really good shout. The more you explain that, the more I liked it. So yeah, perfect. We've got our own. I was going to give you a weird name like Pep. I was going to call him Pep Heggiola or something. No.
Heggiola.
So that's really bad. We'll wrap the video up now after that one.
Exactly.
Of course, comment who had the best picks. Comment your picks, of course. And of course, comment any other ideas you've got in the future. And as always,
take it easy.